Hi everyone and welcome to a new video on the CBI channel. In this brand new series, we're going to be deploying a Django and React application on render, including CI/CD. In this first video, I will briefly discuss the architecture and the costs of this deployment, and we will follow the following steps. First, I'm going to show you the app that we will be deploying. Next, we'll cover the architecture of the deployment and all of the services that we will use and the associated costs. And as the last step, I will show you what this series looks like in the next videos on the planning. So the application that we will be deploying is a basic Django and React app. We have Django as our backend, and there we have the functionality to sign up and sign in the application, and then it will show you all of the different users in the app. So it's quite a basic setup. A React.js frontend simply consumes that backend and displays that information across various pages. So we have a mechanism that gets the users and displays them on the homepage. And we also have some additional other pages for password resets, but also an about page and a login page. And it looks something like this, where we have a screen where we can log in into our application, and after we have logged in, we see this navigation menu, the homepage with all of the different users that are currently in my app. And then we have a simple about page and the possibility to log out. Now in this series, we want to make sure that we have this code on my local computer deployed using GitHub and render following the CI/CD architecture. And that means that we have a development, a test, and a production environment, and we use different branches to go from a certain feature that we work on our local computer to the different environments for development, test, production. That means when we have deployed our application, we can work locally on the code on our computer in a feature branch that we have created. Once those changes are done, we can push that to the feature branch and then merge that code to our during our development environment following a pull request. But before that pull request becomes merged to the actual dev, we want to have some tests being completed and also have someone give an OK on the merge. Then once the code is merged to dev, it will automatically trigger a deployment to render and making sure that our development services are all in line with the dev branch. Then we also have the possibility to make a pull request again from dev to test. Again, having a few tests in here when we make the pull request to make sure the quality is okay. And once the code is merged to test and fully accepted, it can again automatically release to the render environment in our test services. And as a final step, if everything is okay over here, we can make a pull request from the test branch to the main branch, which is connected to the production environment. Here again, we will make sure that tests are happening before the code is merged to the main branch, and we only are going to allow manual releases to also show that that is possible. So what does that look like in terms of services? Well, on GitHub, we have our repository that stores the code from our backend and our frontend. And we have three separate branches from which each of them will be connected to the different services on render. So we have the dev branch, which is going to be connected to our dev services. We have the test branch that's going to be connected to our test services. And we have the main branch that's going to be connected to the production services. Then on the render dashboard, we have a project called Django React App Prod. And in there, we have all of the services for development and also for test and prod. Now you notice that we have two environments here. So we have a production environment which stores the services for our production deployment. So we have stored our Django code inside of a web service. And if we go in there and check the settings, you notice that it's connected to our main branch. So our backend folder is connected to this web service. Next, we also have our front-end code, which is served through a static site. And we have a PostgreSQL database which stores the data. Now, the setup is exactly the same for test and for dev. So in the other environment that we have here called test, we see that we have the React code of test and also the React code of dev, which are each representatively connected to the different branches of test and then to dev. And similarly as the production deployment, we also have the database for test and dev and the Django code for test and dev. Now, in the ideal world, we would have created a project for every separate environment, or we would have made sure that we have a dev environment, a test environment, and a production environment on render. And the reason that I did not do that is related to the costs. In this tutorial series, I use the free plan of Render because that allows us to keep the costs as low as possible. Render offers quite some free services, which is really great for this tutorial. And that means that the static site that we use and the web service that we use for production, test, and development are all on a free plan. Also, our database that we have on Dev is completely free. However, Render only allows you to have one free database, and that is the one for Dev. So that means that I've picked the cheapest options for the test database and the production database, which are around €6 per month. Now, keep in mind that if you create any of these free services, they're only going to be there temporarily. As an example, the database of Dev will be there for a month, and after it, you will not be able to use it unless you upgrade. So keep that in mind. Now, me using the free services is also reflected in the environments because you can only add 2 environments unless you go for a pro subscription on Render. That means that I've picked the environment of production for my production services, and then we have an environment for test, which has the dev and the test services right here. In the ideal world, you would have one project called Django React app, and then 3 separate environments called development, test, and production. But this will still give you quite a good idea of what it can look like using CI/CD in Render against quite low costs. And you can also see that in the billing section, where we, in terms of services for the Django code dev, prod, and test, and also the React code dev, prod, and test, we don't have any charges here. And if I check the data stores, then I see that so far I've only spent around 24 cents on prod, 41 cents on test, and 0 on dev. And we even received some PostgreSQL credits. So actually, my total month-to-date cost at this moment are going to be $0, and the projected total is $9. So if you follow along and then just delete all of the services, you should also still be good. And I see below here that I somehow have $7 of credits, so that's why those are being applied right here. Now, in general, I quite like Render due to its simplicity and the ability to quickly deploy your services. So that is why I also have this tutorial series here. But to get from the code on my local computer to the full deployment that I've just shown you, we're going to be following 5 main videos. In the first video, I will show you how we can change our code for the deployment, because we need to make a change to our Django and React code so it works in all of those different environments. Next, I will show you how we can push our code to GitHub using Git so that we have it in that GitHub repository from where we can connect it to Render. Once that is done, we will be deploying our code to the production environment first and making sure that it all works smoothly. And then in the video after, we can create additional branches and also deploy the development and the test environments. As a last step, we're going to be implementing and showing you CI/CD. So we're going to be adding some tests to our application. I will show you how to do pull requests with feature branches and moving from dev to test to production. And I'm going to show you where you can change the way that Render auto deploys your code. I want to thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.